All right, guys. MVP Promotions are doing a fight card. First ever on Netflix. We have Ronda Rousey taking on Gina Carano. Also, Francis Ngannou versus Philipe Lins and Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. I'm going to go over my 5 most confident plays. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of the month. Hopefully, I get there. Let's start first with the main event. Give me Ronda Rousey to absolutely demolish Gina Carano. It's not even going to be a fight, guys. You have to understand, Gina Carano is out of MMA since 2009. That's 17 years ago. People are becoming 18 years old soon and becoming an adult since the last time she fought. We were closer, 2009 is closer to 9/11 than it was to the pandemic. And the pandemic happened 6 years ago. That's how long it's been since Gina Carano fought. How has she been working on her grappling, her takedown defense, her judo defense, her armbar defense, which Ronda Rousey's really good at? I don't think she's been working on it. She's been acting. She's been on the Mandalorian. I don't think she's been working on it at all. So I'm going to be taking Ronda Rousey to win via round one. I don't even think it's going to be close. I think she's going to finish her in the first, honestly, I'm not even kidding, 30, 45 seconds, I think, probably. If she lasts more than 45 seconds, lasts more than a minute, I'll be very shocked. I'm taking Ronda Rousey to win via round one. There you go. I didn't want to give you guys money line because, I mean, that's not really fair. So let's give it round one. Next, Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. Give me Nate Diaz all the way. If you didn't watch my last video, you needed to watch that last video I put out, Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz prediction. Nate Diaz is going to smoke Mike Perry. It's not even going to be close. Not going to be close. You have to understand, Mike Perry fights bare knuckle fighting, right? People are like, oh, he's active. He's been fighting. He just beat Ali Alvarez. He just beat Jeremy Stevens, right? He's just fought Luke Rockhold and knocked him out. You have to understand about bare knuckle. You're really tense like this, and it's a 2-minute fight, right? It's a 2-minute fight. Your whole face is tense. Your fists are tense because you don't want to break a hand. And secondly, you don't want to have lacerations. You don't have broken orbitals on your face or whatever on your underneath your cheek, right? You don't have to have bad facial damage. So that's why you have to be tense, right? If you're tense, you're a ball. It works out better for you in bare knuckle. You can't be like that for 5 minutes. Imagine just squeezing this hard for 5 minutes. You think Mike Perry can do that? He's been fighting 2-minute rounds for the past 5 years of his career, right? He lost to Jake Paul. Yes, his boxing in that Jake Paul fight looked really bad. Nate Diaz has slick boxing and he has good footwork, especially in the pocket. I know he gets hit a lot, but Mike Perry's punches are so, you see it coming from a mile away, right? You see it coming from a mile away. I can't take Mike Perry here. His last 2 fights were against Daniel Rodriguez in a loss where he got dominated, and then versus Tim Means and another loss where he got dominated. Mike Perry's been really bad at MMA for a while. There's a reason why the UFC let him go in 2021. So now you have Mike Perry, who's been out of the league, out of the MMA for 5 years. Then he goes after losing to Daniel Rodriguez and Tim Means. And then you have Nate Diaz, who's coming off a win off Tony Ferguson three and a half years ago, but then also just losing to Leon Edwards, who was in his prime, right? He has really good beats Anthony Pettis. He has good fights on his ledger, lost to Jorge Masvidal. But again, these are bigger names than Tim Means and Daniel Rodriguez. What would Mike Perry do against these guys? Mike Perry got KO'd by Jeff Neal, which isn't a bad loss in the first round, right? Loses to Vicente Luque. So I'm going to be taking Nate Diaz because the cardio, the pressure, Mike Perry hasn't been fighting in MMA. He's going to gas. I'll take Nate Diaz to win this fight as an underdog. I think that's pretty easy. Next, Francis Ngannou versus Philipe Lins. Give me Francis Ngannou via KO first round. It's not going to be close. Again, this is a fight that's not going to be close. Philipe Lins is not a heavyweight. He's a light heavyweight posing as a heavyweight, and the UFC basically just got rid of him. Even though he had a couple wins, I think he won 2 out of his last 3, but they got rid of him. I'm taking Francis Ngannou minus 145. Like this is bar none easy. This is for sure gonna happen. Because why would Philipe Lins withstand Ngannou, who goes forward, pressures, and throws wild hooks? What is Philipe Lins gonna do? Grapple him? Once one connects to a light heavyweight like that, he's going to smoke him. Francis Ngannou's technique is obviously really bad. You have to give the technique edge to Philipe Lins, but Francis Ngannou is just a better fighter, more experienced, fought better competition, right? Fought Cyril Gane for 5 rounds, beat Renan Ferreira in his last fight at PFL. I have to take Francis Ngannou to win this fight. I think he's going to win it pretty comfortably in the first round, get the W there. Next, underdog. Give me Junior Dos Santos over Robelis Despaigne. Robelis Despaigne or Despaigne, whatever it is in French. Robelis Despaigne is not a good MMA fighter. He's a great karate guy, a great karate guy, right? He's winning karate combat. He's dominant. He's scary. Bro, what is he? What is he? He's not a good fighter. But in MMA, he gets taken down. He lost to Austin Lane. He lost to Austin Lane, who gets KO'd by every single person. He lost to him. I'm taking Junior Dos Santos, even though he's on a 5-fight losing streak. One of his losses was kind of bullshit, where he fought Jorgen Del Castro in Eagles MMA and then blew out a shoulder. I'm gonna take Junior Dos Santos to win this fight. I think his technique in boxing and striking is better than Robelis Despaigne, who kind of just bum rushes for the karate blitz he does. But Junior Dos Santos can be able to take him down, time the takedown, right? He trains at ATT, so those guys aren't retarded and know, like, hey, this guy has a grappling defense. We're going to be able to grapple here, Junior Dos Santos. Let's use our grappling. Let's get on top. Let's win the rounds and tire out Robelis Despaigne, especially in the first round. Get him really tired, so he's not going to be able to be as dangerous in the second and third. So I'll take Junior Dos Santos at plus 275, even though he's on a 5-fight losing streak. He is just much better. Next and last, give me Jason Jackson. I know it's a big favorite, but Jason Jackson is going to beat Jeff Creighton. Jeff Creighton's not a good MMA fighter compared to Jason Jackson. Jason Jackson, former Bellator champion, right? Just had a close fight with Bad Gene for the PFL belt. I think Jason Jackson is just a much tougher opponent than Jeff Creighton ever fought, right? Jeff Creighton used to fight on he fought on Dana White Contender Series, and then he also fought on the Ultimate Fighter. He lost both. He's not that good. He's kind of vanilla. That's not something about his skin, but he's kind of vanilla at fighting. Like, he's not really good at anything. But Jason Jackson, we know what he's going to do. He's going to try to take you down, or he can press you with the boxing. Jason Jackson is very, very slick. Veteran of the game, right? Former UFC fighter, former Bellator champion. He's a very good fighter. Beat Amasov, the only fighter to beat Amasov. Jason Jackson, I'm taking him to win this fight. Again, we have Ronda Rousey, round 1. That's going to happen. Nate Diaz, plus 170. You got to take it. Francis Ngannou, round 1, also going to happen. Going to clip him probably first punch. Junior Dos Santos, I think he's going to beat Despaigne through a 3-round decision, or maybe a third round finish. Jason Jackson, he should be able to win and beat Jeff Creighton. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe. Thank you.